Hey everyone, this is Rick. I wanted to introduce my flawless staple tool, which looks like this. Looks like a staple tool. And the natural questions you might have are, what is this thing? What does it do? And why do I need it? Most of you don't need it. In fact, we can cut off, 80% of you right away. The people who aren't ever going to be removing staples and taking covers off of books, disassembling books and putting them back together, you will never need this item. Then we have another cut of the 20% remaining. I'm going to say probably most of those people are not going to need it. And so here's the question: is when would you need it, right? The people who need it are really going to need it. The people who don't need it will never know the difference. And most of you will be able to get away with using a bone folder or a regular staple tool or something just to remove staples and put them back in. I like to use it in conjunction with my capable staple tool, of course, but you may have something else to do. Well, other ways to do things. But here's the difference: when you have a staple that is dark, discolored, older, or God forbid rusty, and you're not going to electroclean it, I would recommend against abrasively cleaning it anyway, because that's a dead giveaway that there's been a replacement, or it just looks odd, in the staples. But you can tell that it's been polished manually or braided. But if you electroclean it, it doesn't do that, because it just removes the material, leaves the original finish of the staple. If you're not going to do that, then it will look clearly manipulated, because you will clean it where you've been, wiggling it around to get it out and in again. And having something that doesn't mar the surface as much, it's not going to be 100% blemish free, of course, but it's considerably less. With something that's like Teflon, this is better than Teflon because it's abrasive resistance for pushing metal against metal. It is low coefficient of friction. It's very hard to get it to stick to this stainless steel of this staple, but I got a method figured out. And it's called Xylan. Xylan is like PTFE or Teflon, but it's a fluoropolymer. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit more resistant to corrosion, resistant to abrasion. So that's why I chose it, and it's been UV and heat cured. It's very thin, and also I've made the staple tool thinner in the first place to work with it. And so this is what it's like. It's available on my website now. I don't know that I will ever get more. I made this because I wanted it for myself, so I made one, and I made a bunch at first, and I tried different things, tried going different routes, tried people's recommendation for plastic or wooden tools, but I don't like them. The metal works great, because if you want to get under a staple and you want to twist it, right? Steel is the best thing, or metal is. It's very strong when it's still very thin. It lets you slip under there, twist it up, and it's just the best material. It really is. The drawback is that it mars the surface. So I made this. I'll have a little video showing you how I use it. I got mine. I think I made 24 total, so there's probably 23 others in this family. I may not make another one because they're very difficult to produce. It's a lot of the amount of touch labor by expensive people to make these things is ridiculous, and so they're expensive to make and difficult. And I had to go to the UK to make this. But anyway, if you want one, you can check them out. I'll put a link to the product in my website, and I'll have a little video showing you how to use it. So anyway, take care. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to use this staple tool. I'll demonstrate how to use it in combination with the capable staple tool. Here, you can see. So what I'll do is do this notch. I don't know if you can see it easily, but there's a notch right here out of the staple tool, the capable staple tool, right? You can see it right here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to hold down on this bottom part of the staple, and we're going to focus the camera on this upper part here, and you'll see that I'm getting the staple tool underneath it and using this to hold this down, because I don't want to have an upward pressure on the other side of the book, right? Because if I'm doing that, the other side of the book, this book is a bad example, but it would push in right there. We don't want that. So I'm just going to hold this down with the capable staple tool, get this under, and then push up like that. It's pointing straight up. So we're going to focus the camera right on this part right here. And then what I'm going to do is take one of these holes. You see this hole in the capable staple tool? It pokes through this part right here. So this is poking through. Now this is holding that part down. I get this under here, and then I push this up. There. Then I can turn it over. If you can see this back part here, I can get the staple tool underneath the staple itself, and then I just lift it right out. And that is how we use the not the flawless staple tool with the capable staple tool to get a staple out. Thank you. So to get it back in, you know, we're doing this the other direction. We're just going to take this staple, which is, you know, not even remotely straight. I would use like a little weight or something to straighten it out a little bit more, like a little tiny, like a ball peen hammer. And I'm just going to size it with the staple tool. Get those legs straight like this. And this helps to bend it and keep it the right form factor. Then I just take this off. I guess I don't really need that to do it. Then we have this thing straightened up. We're going to put it right back through the book here. Like this. And it fits right back through the hole now that it's sized properly. Then we just going to flip this over to the other side like this, and we see the cracks me up. The lady at the deep V cut fishbowl head is like doing a brain transplant on a deer. So that's classic comic book stuff. But anyway, similarly, we just we're going to use the staple tool here and hold one side here, and just to keep it down, and we're going to bend this guy in, and then I'm going to use I can either use this little cutout part or the line here, depending on how flat I want it. I can now push this other part down like that, and then I usually take this, I just give it one last quick press with this whole thing like that, and then it's reassembled. And then that's how we use the staple tool and the flawless staple tool and the capable staple tool together. Thanks for watching. Take care.